A letter to all the tears my mother has cried. Once, when I was already older and was living countries away from my mother, she told me of the time when I was a 7-month-old baby, my dad had left to buy dinner and she was unpacking all our belongings in the new house. This house that was in another country. This house that had black paint on the roof and psychedelic neon handprints on the walls. This house that was featured on a doc about the war on drugs in Den Haag. This house that was taken away from a drug addict and rented to my parents. This house in this place that was strange and unfamiliar. This house in this place where they landed through a miracle that didn't feel miracles at all. This house in this place where they were raising a daughter. The thing about my mother is, she can find a silver lining instantly. Even when all seems lost, she finds the good. Even when you're angry, she finds the happy. And even when you have told her off for being so positive, she smiles, sees the instant guilt in your eyes, and graciously accepts your apology. So when my dad had left to buy dinner, and you were a 7-month-old baby, and she was unpacking all your belongings in the new house, she stopped.
So whenever I climb up my hair like this, I always feel like I look like my mom a lot. I think this is like the hairstyle that she wore on her wedding. And this is also her shirt. She used to wear this a lot because green is her favorite color.
The thing about my mother is, she can find a silver lining instantly, constantly. And she did. When she was unpacking all her belongings with my dad, she found ways to smile and be excited. She found thanksgiving in her heart for the miracle of an affordable house. She looked into the eyes of my dad and found ways to reassure him. Everything will be alright. We will be okay. And she believed it. But when my dad left to buy dinner, she stopped unpacking. She looked around and cried. Tears free falling on her cheeks, doubt creeping in on her heart. The uncertainty of being a mother, for the first time in a land far away. She looked at me in the crib and cried. She asked God what the plan was. She asked God why all the pain. She asked God what to do with all her hurt, all her doubt, all her aching. She asked God for the silver lining. I don't know what God told her. I don't know what happened after she cried. After her desperate prayer, looking at the eyes of her baby, waiting for my dad to come back with dinner. When she told me that story, 20 years later, she realized she had never told anyone. She didn't think she had ever told my dad. It surprised me. The thing about my mother is she can always find a silver lining, and she's always honest, even with her emotions. I remember crystal clear the few times I've seen my dad cry. Those moments had an impact on me. I don't remember the times my mother cried. When she told me that story 20 years later, it changed how I see her. Mothers and daughters are a special, funny, complicated, emotional, draining, exhilarating thing. Mothers and daughters carry so much. I am my mother's daughter. I am my mother's first daughter. I have rebelled against it and not even thought about it, because I know that she will find the silver lining. I didn't realize silver linings have heavy clouds behind them. I didn't realize the rain-like tears I caused. I know my mother doesn't hold a grudge. She's my mother. But now I do know. She has cried. She has cried for and because of me and my siblings. She has cried about new beginnings and painful endings. She has cried because she carries brokenness inside her.
When I read this poem to my mom a while ago, and she just told me, like, she started to think about her mom cried a lot, and what she always felt a bit helpless that she couldn't like do anything as a child. And so then she decided, without noticing, that she was not gonna cry in front of her kids, because she was like, I'm just gonna let these emotions be my own, and I can like deal with them with Paulo, but I'm just gonna not cry. But then she was like, oh, I've never realized you could tell.
I'm thankful for all the tears my mother has cried, because I know they were accompanied by prayers. I'm sorry for all the tears my mother has cried, especially the ones I caused. I hope she tells me more about the time she cried. I know she will cry when she reads this. This time I'm not sorry. I know there will be tears of joy. Así que más, gracias por llorar y orar por mí. Gracias por animarme a seguir mi propio camino, aunque te duela, aunque me extrañes. Gracias por todo el amor, la poesía y las lágrimas lloradas. Te quiero, te extraño y espero verte muy pronto.